everyone, it's Tom here, back with another episode of Battle Rap Resume, another recap of another battle event. This is UKBL's Bloodline, which I attended yesterday. Just before we get into this recap though, always you can follow the show. Please follow us at Battle Rap Resume. We've got the Twitter, which is what I've just mentioned there. We've also got battlerapresume@gmail.com. Please email me in your questions, your correspondence. I respond to all of them. It's great to hear from you. Keep them coming. I answer them on our hashtag AskBattleRapResume episodes. Definitely check this out on the channel as well. We've got the Patreon. Pretty much everything goes in the Patreon first. I did tons of interviews of this UKBL stuff, which I'll get into in a second. They're all going on the Patreon. Episodes like Yunnan and Bobby Rex are on there at the moment, are going to be on there very shortly in terms of the latter. And, loads of great stuff in there. All of the content on. If you want to help support the show, go on there. But yeah, this is UKBL's Bloodline, and it was a decent event, it was an okay event. It was a second event of the league, and, Koj himself, admitted to me in person and in one of our interviews as well that it's tough. It's the teething process, the first event, the first UKBL event, by all appearances was quite a success. There was some good battles, okay, maybe the sort of cinematography was a little too GoPro, sort of disorientation there, but regardless, there was a quality, and this one, it lacked it to a certain extent, but it was still a fun, day out, and it was good to go to Manchester as well for myself. I hadn't been there in a little while. Probably got there about midday-ish when I think the event was set to start. Nice sunny day. It was in the northern quarter. Went to the Terrace Bar, which I'd never been to before, although I've been to sort of a few areas around. I used to live in Manchester a bit, and it was pretty cool, actually. It wasn't very well advertised inside. It kind of had a sandwich board and a very plain exterior, which I think I caused a few people, including Nathan Jones, my right-hand man Nathan, who did all the recording with me. I think he got a little lost and some other people, but, eventually everyone reconvened there. And you go in, and it's kind of just like this big bar. Like, it's quite sort of very kind of post-millennial, kind of quite gloomy in a good sort of way, lots on tap. And lots of sort of, nostalgic, warm hip-hop ebbing away in the background on some playlist. And, yeah, they got the bar there, and then upstairs they kind of had a kind of two-compartmental feature where they have the outdoor terrace, giving the bar its name, which is really, really nice. And then a kind of smaller function room, which I guess where they do gigs in this case, where the whole event was going down. And I got there about maybe about, 12:30, all in all, something like that. And, there were a few people coming in and out. It was very cool to see some people, who I know listen to the show. Joe especially, Joker, it was great to see you, man. And, we had a great chat. We had a great time hanging out. And loads of other people as well. Great to see Mike and Dan and, of course, Koj and all the affiliate staff as well. So we get there and, you wait. Of course you wait. These things take time. But it was a Saturday. It was a sunny afternoon. I was more than happy to. And people were gathering, in I don't want to use the word masses because there's probably about 20, 30 people there, which is fine, this isn't like a fucking birthday event or whatever. We're a long way away from that now. This is Bloodline. This is bedding in the talent to a certain extent. So you can't expect a giant coterie of battle rap fans, but there was some around. There was some in the midst there, and we got to our first battle, which was Conman Curve versus Herb D. We kind of had the pit format going on. I think there were two cameramen. I'm interested to see what it comes out on cam, actually, because the room was quite bright, quite airy. I think it will create a nice atmosphere. And this wasn't a bad battle. I watched a few of Conman's battles before. It was good to see him live. I thought he punched well. He had some nice material. A few haymakers that kind of hit off here and there. Kind of a few, I don't want to say chokes, stumbles, lack of preparation. A lack of sort of just awareness, what to do with your body when you're delivering a punch, I found. He was a little static for my taste. But he won. He easily won because Herb D, unfortunately, choked badly in his second and third, in his second especially, he kind of freed, and it just kind of, it wasn't very liberating, to be honest with you. It was quite painful. But his first, though, and I said this to him afterwards, and I want to repeat this for emphasis. His first was very impressive. He brought an original sense of aggression. He's kind of a bit sort of, I guess, a kind of Yunnan kid verbal mold, if you want to go there to be a bit more cliche. But he just started barking at Conman Curve at the end of his first, and I genuinely felt what he was saying, not on a kind of like, I agreed with him, but I felt it in my gut, kind of, the pathos that he was delivering this with. And I was quite excited for his second and third. And it was a shame that he kind of choked, and I kind of spoke to him again, and like, you know, some events are out of his hands kind of thing. There's reasons why, you know, choking happened or whatever. Well, obviously lack of prep altogether, but you know, there's some circumstances going down there. So yeah, this was the first battle. It wasn't off to the greatest start. Like, I think Conman Curve did well, you know. I think this is another step in the right direction of him. I want to see more of Herb D. I think he said he is going to come back, and I think if he just kind of rehearses a bit stronger, then we could have some good performances. I don't remember many of his bars, really. I don't remember many of the bars of yesterday, even though it was less than fucking 24 hours ago. But not many of them are really stuck with me too much. But yeah, that was the first battle. Then we had the break. And myself, as I say, Nathan, were filming loads of interviews kind of in between that are going to drop on the channel. They were going to go on the Patreon first. And yeah, we were just pulling people into the alleyway. And yeah, just capturing some great stuff on camera. I think we got like 11 or 12 interviews all together, you know. So we got some awesome content to be launching on the YouTube very, very shortly. Next battle was Wobetide versus DMAC. This is a decent battle. I thought Wobetide was fine. I didn't think he was amazing. You know, I never really have, to be honest with you. I think he's okay, and you know, I think he did his stuff. DMAC, I was impressed with. This was DMAC's first proper battle. I thought, you know, he was funny. He was enjoyable to watch. The crowd really liked him. You know, he was charismatic. I thought he shows a lot of potential. I think kind of the Bloodline element of Bloodline, kind of promising. Like, I know Herb D choked his second and third badly, but I quite liked Herb D. And I definitely like DMAC, and I think them two battling would be good. DMAC actually called out P Soldier in the battle, but P wasn't there at the time. And then he called him out later when we did our interview. So maybe they would. I mean, I can't really see P Soldier taking DMAC, to be honest, at this point in time. But you know, DMAC was impressive. I thought he was good, and I think he's kind of you know, a sign of the future for UKBL, someone they can kind of, you know, put forward as one of their own here, and that's what the event's aiming for, and it did well. And then the third tryout, I can't remember their names now off the top of my head. They had very tryouty names, but yeah, Koj sort of confirmed to me around this time that, you know, they weren't turning up, so obviously another extended break, you know, goes on, and then Canel versus J-Red just didn't go down, so there was nothing like that. And I think we were waiting for P Soldier to turn up for O'Shea, so in its space, we got a sort of out of nowhere freestyle battle. Oh no, sorry. Before this, Evil versus Sean O'Mac went down as well, which was decent. Evil took it pretty cleanly, really. I think Evil, I don't know, like, I got a lot of love for Evil. You know, we chatted at the event. He's a great guy, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we did our Battle Rap Resume episode together, but the guy's so talented. Like no one can deny the multi-streams he can conjure, the imagination he has, but there was lacking a blood in his punches. You know, often I was finding myself impressed rather than going, you know what I mean? Rather than feeling that he was getting. I think Sean O'Mac is someone that you can attack, as Crafty has shown. You know, he's someone that you can kind of generate some disdain for in your verses, and Evil didn't really go down that path as much. I thought Sean O'Mac was decent-ish, again, just kind of badly prepared, which is a kind of marker of this event, to be honest with you. It was a little bit haphazard. It wasn't quite like the Ronald's catastrophe level on the sort of, you know, the Richter scale of these things that they can be, but I would have liked it to have been about, you know, 10-20% tighter from everyone involved, but you know, whatever, you know, it's just an event, you know, you can't put too much impetus on these things. But yeah, Evil took that. I know that battle was kind of a last minute kind of battle anyway, and it kind of had that element to it, but it wasn't a bad battle, and you know, people were enjoying themselves. These weren't dead crowds. It's quite jolly. It was good to be in the room with, you know, just appreciative battle fans. So yeah, that went down, and then the freestyle battle, as I said, also went down. So it was Ocean Bowski versus Evil and Koj, which is an interesting kind of duo pair there. Not a bad battle. As you can expect, Ocean Bowski, I was quite drunk at this point, so I can't really remember too much, you know, in terms of verse. But yeah, I remember them just having, like, you know, more general kind of, you know, oh, your mum's willy smells, or, you know, whatever variation they did on that. But they were good together. You know, it was good to see Ocean Bowski. I don't know if they've ever been in 2-on-2 before, but obviously, as you would imagine, seasoned as they are, friends as they are, you know, they had a nice chemistry there. And Koj and Evil, I think they got a few hits. Obviously, Evil's built for this kind of environment, and Koj's not a bad freestyle himself, but can't remember this one too much. But, you know, a fun matchup. And then eventually, P Soldier turned up, which, to be fair, I mean, I don't think it was that late in the grand scheme of things, but because battles had been cancelled or whatever, there was this sense of kind of, you know, what are we going to watch next? P Soldier went down as a one-rounder, and it was pretty good, actually. I thought it was actually quite good. I thought P-Soldier went first. I think they are going to battle properly because it's kind of like truncated for whatever reasons. That is going to go down. Obviously, that is a great battle, no doubt. And it was a good battle here, you know, as a taster. Kind of like Hollow and Diz, you know. You got to get that one rounder beforehand. P-Soldier did his stuff, you know, had some really, really funny lines, no doubt, and just kind of cruised a little bit, but, you know, worked it out on the swag and got some response. O'Shea was powered up, though. O'Shea was really, like, gunning for it, hilarious. I got the feeling, and maybe this is just me, the sort of bleeding heart battle rap fan, but I got the feeling that he was kind of giving it his all because, you know, he hadn't battled in a while, and what the fuck's going on with Don't Flop? Like, I mean, you know, Ocean said to me as well, I'm not going to sort of spill any battle rap resume beans, but, you know, he had said that he hadn't really been in contact with her or anything like that, you know. I mean, this is fucking O'Shea. This is O'Shea versus Too Easy. The first, you know, one of the first uploads ever. The thing they built their cornerstone on was O'Shea to build the league out, you know. But I just got that sense from O'Shea, like, you know, I know he's a huge wrestling fan. I just thought of Randy the Ram in one of my favourite films, Mickey Rourke's The Wrestler, you know, bowing out, doing what he does in the ring. And, you know, he killed it. I think he went for like 10, 15 minutes or something. It was quite, I remember it quite a long round, quite a successful round. You felt it was going to end, and someone says something, or something sparks O'Shea's imagination, he just goes off, and, you know, good battle. I think all of these battles are pretty watchable, pretty enjoyable. There wasn't like a standout. I wish there'd been like a dank JB that can be like, oh, these two guys, the pens are like. There wasn't really, you know, and I think UKBL are pushing in the right direction with Bloodline. I know they've got their itinerary set. I know there's going to be more Bloodline events. I think in September there's going to be like a Bloodline event in London, and they're going to maybe go to Scotland, and, you know, it takes a long time to grow these enterprises, and what I'm happy about is that Koj is pushing forward, is doing more of these events. Obviously, go onto our YouTube channel. Maybe you'll listen to this in a few weeks' time after it's been released or whatever. Loads and loads of Bloodline content. As I say, I think we did 10 plus interviews on there, so they're all on the channel. Go check them out. They're going to be on Patreon first of all. That's patreon.com/BattleResume. Of course, subscribe to the UKBL at the UKBL on Twitter as well. Just subscribe to the league. There's some fucking great battles on there. You know, they really deserve the recognition. Kojo's putting in a lot of hard work. Check out all these battles as well. Comment on them. Share them. Obviously, comment on this video as well. Share. We've got lots of great content coming out on the channel soon as well. I've got top 10 funniest Don't Flop battlers with Pamphlet. Pamphlet, as you may be aware, is going to be on Don't Tell the Bride. I think this week. I think it's the 11th of August. It's going to be on E4. I'm sure it's going to be on YouTube soon after. And Pamphlet is asked to come on the show to discuss the show. I'm actually a huge fan of Don't Tell the Bride. Back in its BBC 3 days, me and my girlfriend love it. You know, it's quite a fun show to watch. I don't watch it all the time. Sunsea and Suspicious Parents is more of a favourite of mine, if you wanted to ask. But yeah, Pamphlet's going to come on. We're going to discuss that show. We've got loads of episodes. So the next Battle Rap Resume episodes, the next 5 Battle Rap Resume episodes, we've got... where's the list? Yeah, here it is. We've got Dundee, Jay Dillon, Twisted Pennies, Bobby Rex, Yunnan. Also got Raptor and Visceral recorded as well. So we've got loads of fucking content. They're not going to be out until the end of September. So if you want to access them first, patreon.com/BattleResume. Thank you to listening to this somewhat rambly UKBL recap. Shouts to Koj as well. Shouts to Nathan, who was there recording everything with me. You know, such a great guy. Invaluable to Battle Rap Resume. So shout out to Nathan Jones every time as well. And shout out to you guys, because, you know, you really must fucking like Battle Rap to listen to a UKBL Manchester recap. So I appreciate that. This has been Tom. This has been Battle Rap Resume. Peace.